This video is a fuck you to Michelle Obama, a woman whose sole accomplishment in life was marrying a man. Michelle, the men of your country owe you nothing. You've done nothing for them. And so therefore, they don't have to listen to you. Anyway, we'll get into this.
That there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum.
Translation: your rage is valid, but it doesn't serve me. Therefore, you should vote against your own self-interest, men of America. That's what she just said there in a nutshell. What I keep telling you guys, women see men as members of the opposing team. We're not partners to these people. We're there to be used.
So
now let's get ahead. Well, thank you, Sabby, for making this video, by the way. Sabby Sabs. We'll get ahead to where she speaks further.
But shaming the voters, you should have learned this from 2016, is not a good idea.
We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love.
Getting men to vote against their own self-interest isn't love.
Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment.
No. See, don't fall for this false framing. Why is she saying this? She only has one thing in mind: Roe versus Wade. And Roe versus Wade isn't about protecting women's bodies. It's about giving them power over the life in the womb, and therefore power over the men in their country. These children that are these fetuses, they're considered people when they're making men pay child support. And they're considered body parts that can be removed whenever the woman doesn't want to deal with them. So this is a power grab. This is enslavement of the men of their country to the women of their country via the womb.
And we are more than just baby-making vessels.
Are you? Then why didn't you do something with your life other than marrying the president? He's the one who had to work his way up in the office. All you did was say, I do. Now, what contributions did you make to your country that did anything for the men in the country? Guys, listen, anything that Michelle Obama did was always about women's issues. That is anti-male. You hear all those cheers? That's the average woman who thinks just like her, guys.
And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter.
Translation: if men don't bend the knee and do whatever you tell them, give them the doghouse. That's what this woman just said. And this is why, guys, I made a video saying women don't even need the vote. Why do they need the vote when they have this kind of dominance within the family unit and the men within it?
Regardless of the political views of your partner.
Doesn't matter. Men in your partner which isn't your partner, he's your servant isn't allowed to have a different political view from you, even though it goes against his self-interest as a person. That's not dehumanizing.
You get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women standing up for what is best for us.
There you go. She just admitted in a nutshell. This woman cares only about the females in her country, the women in her country. And these men voting in their own self-interest have to be told not to. This woman, by the way, doesn't give a shit about the wars that are going on, that are harming other people and harming the people in her own country even. She only cares about the power that women in her country have over the men in her country.
Can make the difference in this election.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So I could stop it there, but we'll go a little further. We'll get the last of it.
In these final days, to make it plain to the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us.
See, be our servant. Men, you are beneath us women. Be our servant. Your political views have to be vetted by us first. And we want power over you. And you should just agree. All I got to say is, fuck you, Michelle. The men of your country owe you nothing. You are a do-nothing housewife who's hostile to them and their value of life. Screw you. That's why I'm ending. This is how I'm ending this video.